Once you've done some idea sketches based on the color or thread that you have provided, unless you have unlimited, if I had these colors, I would do the lips. If I had these colors, I might do the sunflower on a different color fabric. Maybe you have some other fabric at home. I like the yellow because it complements the violet. I'm going to do the Superman because I have yellow, red, and black for the outline. So therefore, I'm going to use some blue fabric that I happen to have laying around to make my mask. Most of you have fabric that I provided, either something like this or white. That's totally fine. Use whatever I gave you unless you want to custom based on something you might have at home, an old t-shirt, an old sheet that you want to cut up. These masks are not N95, so I can't guarantee they will protect you, but this is more just for the craft of learning how to embroider. So you have in your kit this face mask sewing pattern. What you want to do is take your scissors and cut it out. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this. And once you've cut it out, you lay it on top of your fabric. So I did this here already. And take a Sharpie marker that's darker or contrasting. And I traced around this so that I have my mask. Now, don't cut this out because you need this to fit inside the embroidery ring for the embroidering part. But before you do that, you need to trace and transfer your design idea. So since I'm doing the Superman logo, this is something that I did in the computer years ago for my family logo. I just cut it out after I knew what size I wanted it to be. I know I want it to be centered. If you look at the images above me of the masks, you can go small on the side. It doesn't have to cover the middle. One of my sketches I had was more like a Zentangle that would have kind of meandered. That you could freehand draw directly on the fabric. You don't necessarily need to trace and transfer. But in my case, because I have a printout here, I colored the back already with some thick, heavy lead, and I'm hoping that this transfers well. So I'm going to press heavy. Actually, before I even do that, I need to get some tape. I like to use painter's tape because it won't ruin my surface. Usually it's on paper that you don't want to rip. In this case, I don't want to rip my fabric. And because I'm drawing on paper, I want to use a pen so I can see where I transferred or where I already drew. So I'm pressing really hard because I'm not sure how this lead is going to transfer onto fabric. So you could even hear how hard I'm pressing. And I can clean it up when I'm done with the Sharpie. Okay, so when I lift this, I can see, you probably can't. Just for the sake of the demo, I am going to go over it with the Sharpie so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, you can see that. So that's how you start, and then the next step is to put it into an embroidery ring.